The next bill is House Bill 5 by Representative Bacala. It's an act to amend Title 17 relative to the compensation of teachers and other school employees to require public school systems to provide a salary increase to certain personnel.
Senator Edmonds.
Thank you, Mr. President, and good morning, members. If all of these bills pass today, we'll have a great accomplishment, but I don't know if anyone has more significance than this one. Let me say the word permanent to some of the most important people in all of our lives, and that's our public school teachers. I know that for many of you, you probably just like me attended public school in the state of Louisiana all of our elementary, middle school, and high school lives. I did. And I know that our parents are the most important people in our lives, but there's not anyone outside of the classroom teacher that invests in our children more than our public school teachers. We love them and appreciate them. This bill will make permanent, no longer a stipend. This bill will take into effect that a permanent teacher pay raise of $2,000 and $1,000 for other employees is a permanent raise. And also, it is elimination of about $2 billion worth of debt to the teachers' retirement system. So what a great opportunity to do two great things that are very responsible. We do have a couple of amendments I'd like to offer at this time, Mr. President.
Amendments set up by Senator Edmonds. They are set number 197, 197.
On your amendments.
Thank you, Mr. President. This amendment makes certain that we use the dollars to make certain that we give a $2,000 pay raise to teachers and those other employees, but it also makes certain that if there is excess to an area or a system, that it must be used towards critical services or shortage, et cetera, to K through 12 special education, 6 through mathematics, algebra, science. Bessie has already approved the definition of critical shortage. It also gives the opportunity, if there is an excess, to use dollars for the summer enrichment program, and then it would also give the opportunity to use dollars towards school security and for early childhood education. Question is?
I see no questions on the amendment. Is there any objection to the adoption of the amendment? Seeing no objection, the amendment is adopted. Oh, I'm sorry, Senator Bowie, I didn't see you. Senator Bowie on the amendment, sorry.
Senator Edmonds, just to be clear,
yes,
the exclusion that identifies excess money that ensures that the funds will only be used for instruction, not administrative raises or anything else.
So we put in this amendment the codes even so specific of using these dollars towards the things that we're interested in, making certain that they could give additional monies to teachers, but they have to follow this criteria.
Great, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Senator Bowie. Now I see no more questions on the amendment. Are there any objection to the adoption of the amendment? See no objection, the amendment is adopted. Next bill. Next amendment, excuse me.
Set of amendments are by Senator Mizell. They are set number 151, 151.
On your amendments.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, this amendment is simply to follow the money. We know we're dedicating the money to this purpose. The amendment allows for some accountability. The reporting from the district goes to the department. The department can then ask the district to come to the joint education committees in the legislature to explain anything less than the money being spent as we're directing it right now. That's the intent of the amendment. I see no questions. I'd ask for approval.
I see no questions on the amendment. Is there any objection to the adoption of the amendment? Seeing no objection, the amendment is adopted. Next amendment.
No further amendments.
Senator Bass for a question on the bill.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Edmonds, you and Representative Bacala have worked very hard on this bill, and I want to say thank you for the teachers and those support professionals that are going to get this raise. Can you tell me, when you say we're going to pay off debt to pay for it, can you kind of explain that for me?
Sure. What has been recommended and what this bill will do will eliminate the three different funds, which will total 1919, which is almost $2 billion, that will be transferred in, which will help every system will get their proportionate amount, and then they'll be able to pay the teacher pay raise and we won't have to do a stipend that releases that dollars to do so.
So if I was balancing my checkbook, I'm paying off a bill so I can use that money somewhere
Yeah,
else.
paying off $2 billion worth of debt it's been hung over since 88, 89 that the legislature at that time had to do on the teacher retirement system. So not only do the teachers get a pay raise, but we're paying off $2 billion worth of debt passing this bill.
Outstanding. Next question. When can the teachers, as far as school year, calendar year, when can they expect to actually receive this?
So this will be tied to the constitutional amendment. We'd assume that as the public passes the constitutional amendment, then this would take effect in 25-26.
One last question. I know you said it a few times, but I just want to make sure that we really understand this. It is a permanent raise,
This
correct?
is a permanent, this is not a stipend. This is a permanent teacher pay raise of $2,000 and $1,000 for the other employees.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. President.
I see no more questions to close on the bill.
Thank you, members. You know, I know that I have such fond memories. So yesterday is important for me. I can think of every teacher I've ever had. I fondly think of every one of them, the sacrifice they've made, every coach, every counselor. It was a good experience for me, and I hope it's going to continue to be a good experience for all of our children. But with that said, I hope it's also a great experience for our teachers who sacrifice, work hard, love on our children. They do so because they feel called to do it. So I ask you to join with me today in the favorable passage of this bill as we are hopeful that this is another start of things we're trying to do in the state of Louisiana that will advance these things that we think are so vital. So with that, I ask for favorable passage.
Senator Edmonds with final passage of House Bill 5. When the machines are open, all those in favor vote yes. Those opposed vote no. Madam Secretary, open the machines. Vote your machine, amendments, vote your machine. Senator Owen, yes. Presley, yes. Couson, yes. Lambert, yes. Madam Secretary, close machine, 39 yeas and 0 nays, and bill is finally passed. Senator Edmonds moves to reconsider the pass. I lay the motion on the table without objection. Senator Jackson asked to open the machines for co-authors. Co-authors, members, co-authors. Co-authors on a permanent teacher pay raise. Bass. And we'll put Owen on there as well. Close machine, 39 co-authors.